Hey, how y'all doing? Got another pocket knife to show you. This is the last one of that batch of 5 I started a while back. Um, so that's why I was able to get 5 done so quick. That's the first time it's worked out for me. So I'm rather pleased about that. Especially for all 5 turning out in decent shape. That's, for me, that's quite the accomplishment, the novice that I am. Um, and this one, another first for me, is using elk antler. This is the first time that I've used a natural material like this, and I'm rather pleased with the result I was able to get. I've always liked the look of natural antler when other makers have used it, from what I've seen. So I was quite excited to work with this, and thankfully I didn't ruin it. So um, where the center pin landed in the texture part, of course this end, it kind of dips down, whereas the opposite side swells outwards. So this side, I could have smoothed the pins out, but on the show side here, it wouldn't have worked out without taking way too much material away. So I domed the pins, and of course I had to do it by hand with my ball peen hammer, and I put tape over them and cut the head part of it out, and I buffed it a couple of different times, and it actually took a majority of the hammer marks out. Of course, it shined them up real nice too. There's still, if you look real close, I don't know if it'll really show up on here or not, but there's still real slight hammer markings on it. But it's actually really slight, thankfully. So I was pleased with the result I was able to get on that, because that was something I was worried about. So I believe they turned out acceptable, thankfully. And this, like the previous ones, is 3 3/4 inches closed, and with it open, it is 6 5/8 inches. For this one, I used A2 tool steel. It's only the second time I've used it, and I believe I did a little better with it this time compared to the first time. That's been several knives actually now that I used it the first time. I got the action a little bit smoother on this one, and of course I did a 400 grit hand sanded finish, and it turned out rather nice. This steel hardens to a higher rock weld than the 80 CRV2. And I noticed it when I was hand sanding. It took a little more effort, but it still got a nice finish on it. Of course, I did long swedges. That's kind of a standard thing I do on this Country Gentleman now. Nail nick turned out nice and crisp. Of course, I used brass liners, and I did the file work. Turned out rather well. And showing it like this, you can tell the difference on the contour of the handle material there, which that's what you get with natural materials, I suppose. The action is a nice medium. Like I mentioned, I was able to get this fairly smooth. As first pull, I would say this is about a 5. Um, so it still has a nice snap, um, but it's a little bit more smoother than, say, the previous knife I showed. I think I said that one was close to a 6, I believe. But anyways, this has been a look at my country gentleman in elk antler. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you like the content, consider subscribing. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll talk to you later.